Because Musk has been such a champion of Mars-related research, he is often asked to confirm or deny facts about what life will be like should we eventually colonize the planet. In an interview at CodeCon in September of this year, Musk was asked to clear up a few different topics regarding human habitation of Mars. The interviewer posed three main questions brought up by biologists researching the planet. The first question was about the radiation on Mars and how that would affect our ability to survive. Musk stated that the radiation would not be much of an issue because Mars itself is actually very effective at shielding the radiation. He proposed the solution of creating buildings with thick roofs or using a few feet of Martian soil to help deflect the rays. The second question was about the state of our intelligence on Mars and whether our brains would suffer from the aforementioned radiation. Musk denied the claim as well as the third, which related to our being shorter in height on Mars. And before we continue, only a small percentage of people that watch our videos are subscribed to our channel. So if you enjoy our videos, please subscribe. It's easy and will be a great support for the channel. Billionaire CEO simply stated that because of the lowered gravitational force on Mars, it is more likely that we would be taller than we are here on Earth. Though Elon Musk is quite informed about the impacts of life on Mars, it is important to look deeper into his claims about how humans might be affected by an outer space migration. It is also important to consider what other changes we could expect upon moving to the fourth planet from the Sun. First, let's examine Mars radiation. While we experience some radiation here on Earth, once we leave the planet's magnetic field, we are entering into fields of radiation that are much greater than what we experience on a daily basis. Even astronauts on the International Space Station orbiting Earth experience radiation that is 10 times what we experience. Simply traveling to Mars would expose astronauts and passengers to large amounts of radiation, even with stellar intergalactic technology. If we were able to land on Mars and create a civilization there, it is likely that it would have to be underground and trips to the surface would be few and far between. So while Musk is correct that the Martian soil would offer protection to us, we would only really be safe in a subterranean habitat. Additionally, because of the long-term effects of radiation, anyone traveling to Mars or living on the planet would likely have a shortened lifespan. Next, let's look at the statements regarding our intelligence on Mars. In recent studies, scientists have found that it is likely that the radiation imposed on passengers which will travel for 2 years until they reach Mars would have an impact on cognitive functioning. Because radiation can target the central nervous system, which comprises the brain and spinal cord, extensive exposure to high levels of radiation would impact our ability to think and react accordingly. In a study done on rats who received this level of radiation, there was a stark decrease in their reaction time and an increase in their lapses of attention. It is thought that this kind of radiation would have the same effect on human beings. However, this finding only occurred in about 45% of rats, so it is possible that travelers could be screened beforehand for pre-existing risks, and that therapies could be developed to abate the potential side effects. But without further research, it is hard to say for certain that human intelligence won't be altered by the conditions on Mars. Last, let's explore the claim that human beings will be taller on Mars. This one is actually true, and for the reason that Elon Musk stated. Because Mars has a force of gravity that is 1/3 that of Earth's, the fluid between our vertebrae would expand due to the lesser pull of gravity on our spine. This even happens to astronauts in the closer realm of space. NASA has stated that most astronauts grow about 2 inches in outer space, and that the effect can last for roughly 10 days after returning. This being said, it would be difficult for humans born on Mars to ever come to Earth because their body would suffer from the sudden change in gravity. It could cause bone injuries, among other health issues. So while we would be taller on Mars, it would be difficult for our bodies to return safely to our home planet. In addition to these specific differences between life on Earth and life on Mars, there are a few other differences that are important to note. Though a single day on Mars is about 24 hours, meaning it is equivalent to 1 Earth day, a year on Mars is equivalent to 687 Earth days. So while you would still only need about 8 hours of sleep every night, it would take almost twice as long to turn a year older. Additionally, our eyesight and the size of our eyes would likely change. The atmosphere on Mars often resembles that of a cloudy day on Earth, so our bodies would have to adapt to receiving less light than we are used to. This likely means that either our brains will develop new ways of collecting enough light, or the structure of our eyes will change to accommodate a dimmer environment. These low light conditions could also impact our skin pigmentation. Some scientists believe that our skin and hair will grow paler, while others believe we will develop darker skin pigmentation to better protect against the radiation present on Mars. This distinction will likely depend on whether the Martian colonies spend most of their time above or below the planet's surface. Alongside many of the physical distinctions between current humans and those that may eventually live on Mars is the technological and cultural advancements they will make. Because Mars is so vastly different in atmosphere and climate, Martian colonies will have to develop technology that allows them to exist independently from those of us still on Earth. This likely means differing agrarian systems, different ways of collecting and purifying water, as well as advancements in medical practices to treat the side effects of radiation. These colonies will also have to develop ways to sustain and grow food either underground in Martian soil or above ground on the planet's surface. Either way, it is likely that their diets will differ vastly from our own. Though much of this seems far off, interest in colonizing Mars seems to grow every day, with billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos putting forth funding for space research and developing private space programs. The day humans land on Mars could be closer than we think. This being said, there is still a lot to be learned about what life on the little red planet would look like and how it could be sustained for generations to come. There are many things for Mars explorers to take into consideration, as well as a lot of technology that needs to be developed to support such an excursion. Though Elon Musk greatly desires to die on Mars someday, he may need to do some more preparation before that becomes a possibility.